been mentioning my price today. Niggas been thinking for eyes today. Never been thinking about price today. Let me season me. I couldn't think of a screw in these. I make my flame of my reasonings. I'm a bread of my reasonings. Let me season me. I couldn't think of a screw in these. I make my flame of my reasonings. I'm a bread of my reasonings. I don't smoke.
How many have you done? How many interviews have you done this year?
I think this year. This is the 61. But last year I did 72. This is the 6th one this year.
Wait, who's next on the line?
Your president. Yeah, Emmanuel and Mashila.
Why are you going to interview with Dean?
Dean? Which one? Professor? Tenyiko.
The main, yeah, most people.
The problem is with the one serious thing, no? So I mean, I don't like these things of cameras. Now I must come with the camera, I must come with lights, with individuals. It makes me. But
them seeing you, they would empower you. I think, because this girl who's
the problem is I like working by myself. I have to have a group or a team. What a
employment.
Yeah, I'm an individual. Remember the thing that I did, EFF in the manifesto. Yeah, those people, I paid them for that thing.
Yeah, but not for that only. You have to build something stable for people. You need to be considered as somebody that cares about the community.
The problem is I'm energetic, I'm consistent, so I don't like people who be saying, not today, whatever, you see.
Even males, they have that, because I feel like guys, if they're dedicated.
The problem with males, I don't like screw. Yo.
And they're the ones that are mostly interested in such things.
Yeah, well, like, they'll be like, what's happening, yo? and then they come into Tande guy has a high mentality and he's very capacitated. Then they'll be like, yo, Tande, how did you come about your thing, yo? Now, come on.
But you'll be handling the whole
thing. No, the problem is that I can't change the accent of a person. Yeah, I can't change. You should speak like this. Nah, that's not me. So now I like straight things.
And this was my day was hectic. I was like, because in the morning I had class at 8, 9:30 to 11 is gym. 11 to 11:30 is shower at the gym. After that time I was supposed to squeeze you in.
So you're moving from
I had drama as well.
Where you moving from here now? From here now?
No, today my day is free.
I
only have one more to
I heard that you had commitment. You said you had commitment. What are those commitments?
I was kind of one of this guy that asked me on a date. Do
you know that I've already started? I think we're on 10 minutes from now.
No, but I'm just saying. I was waiting for you, so I'm hotspotting. It's like, I can't wait to see it. I'm like, you
Evan. So you have to squeeze him in now.
No, I'm not.
Not today.
I'm tired.
Of?
No, I don't think.
You're gonna sit down there and talk. He lies. With this scene, you agree.
That's tiring.
So my question is, because you're very. I mean, you're breathtaking. I wanna ask you, don't you have like serious problems when it comes to relationships, whether boyfriends or when it comes to having friends?
When it comes to having friends?
Yeah.
Friends, yeah. I feel like I'm very antisocial. I appear very social, but I'm very antisocial. I just struggle to open up a lot. So friends, I struggle with it.
Boyfriends?
Boyfriends, I think I'm that one person who is very consistent, and guys, I feel like they hate that at some point.
Consistent how?
I feel like they get bored. I'm very clingy. I'm that girlfriend that is very clingy. I don't want to lie. I tell you straight up, from when you start asking me out that, if I were to date you, I'd be clingy. So
why?
I don't know. I feel like he's the only friend. If I'm with the guy, then he becomes my only friend. So if I'm having a bad day, he's the person I call with it.
What is your standard?
Bang. Standard.
Like in terms of I don't date small boys.
No, I don't have any standard.
So if a guy with the airline or PM comes and approach you, you agree?
It depends on what he says, what he is proposing to me. It's the same way if a guy from class asks me out. I don't see any different.
Well, Yeah, never. You will never date a spoiled boy. I tell you.
I was dating as a guy that was doing second year. I was doing third year last year. I'm doing fourth year. Recently just broke up.
Do you go out on dates? Do you on a vacation? Go out and explore?
Depends. If you have the money for it, then.
If I don't have money, here's Lee. Lee doesn't have money.
Then Lee has to make money. I mean, I believe that if you're dating me, then you have to.
So you need a girlfriend allowance?
No, definitely no. I just feel like umjolo ongena mali unzima. Because what are we gonna do basically? So if we can afford to take ourselves on dates and stuff,
if you say what are we gonna do, or umjolo ongena mali, who must pay the bills? You or me, or both of us?
Both of us, whoever has money.
So you make money.
I'd have to understand on what you are doing, and you have to know what I'm doing. I have to know like your situations and stuff, because at some point spending all the time for someone that you don't even know, do you have money? Do you know? Like, it's easier to spend if you know how deep the person's pockets are. One thing that is demotivating to guys is to ask a guy for money when he doesn't have it. Kills his ego. And as a girl, if you love your person, that's why it's not easy for a girl to ask a guy for money. If you love a guy, you're not going to ask him for money because you don't know if he has or doesn't have. And what if he doesn't have? That will bruise his ego. So that's why we just wait for you guys to just like think and be like, mama, yeah.
What if we find a guy who doesn't care whether he doesn't like what happened? If you have cosmetics, I don't care. As long as I have you.
Cosmetics, I feel like I don't understand the motion of girls wanting to be bought cosmetic all the time. I feel like how I smell, my hygiene should be the one that is significant to you. Also, I don't think a guy should also give me money for a specific thing to say, no, lay a roll on. Or lay a
so you want a girlfriend allowance? How much per month?
You're on this girlfriend allowance thing, and honestly, I've never even had girlfriend allowance. It's just one of those things where if he has money, he's be like, I got this much. Maybe I did this job. Please for yourself. You've been my support system, because if I'm your girlfriend, then I'm going to push you to be the best version of yourself. So in as much as I'm pushing myself to be the best version of myself.
So how many guys have you built? But you're still not with them. Because now if you speak like that, I became a best version of myself, but you weren't there to experience that thing.
Unfortunately, I'm not doing it for any sort of reward. I'm just doing it because I love you, and that's just my love language.
So now you still
that's just my love language.
You're jumping in, build, move, build.
It's effortless if it's your love language. It's fun and peg. I'm
the one who's benefiting, not you.
At some point,
what is the point of building something where now yourself you won't be there to experience or benefit out of it?
Unfortunately, in all of the relationships that I've been in, just a few that I've had, the guys that I've been with, I think none of them initiated us breakupping, but also I have my things of saying, cheating is not the only deal breaker for me. How you behave, however, is a deal breaker. So if I feel like now we're wasting each other's time, I'm the one that is to get out of any relationship. I think I'm just waiting for that moment where somebody would come and just break up with me, but I've never had such. And all of them that I've built, we do not hate each other. Even if they need any advice from me, we do call. It's just that it's times where it's no longer working for the both of us and we want different things in life.
So what is the longest relationship you ever had? How long was it?
6 years.
Yeah, that's marriage, man. Did he propose?
No, it's those relationships.
Did he initiate at least?
It's those relationships from high school. So it starts from high school, then it's a gap year, then maybe first year, second year of varsity. You're like, nah, it's not working. That distance thingy.
So what happened to it? What happened?
It's now being inconsistent. It's just inconsistency. You fall, I'm fall. Obviously, even if you don't have any theories, your friends will basically have theories. You know how cute she is. She's obviously cheating. And now this side.
Obviously.
So now you're like, being accused of something that you're not doing gets very tiring.
No, the reason why I asked you those questions because you're very exquisite, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
That's why in this engagement, I'm just looking at the trees, so that I avoid eye contact, you know. You know,
thought you're not looking to date
I look at
anybody.
my watch, you know, even
the
though
one that you don't have.
yeah, that's how you're driving me crazy, you know.
Okay, at least I am, because you're like, no, me and girls, you know.
No, not like me and ish. Now I have a problem dating. You know, I'm busy. I don't have time.
Are you not gay?
I'm not.
I'm not homosexual. I would make you my gay best friend.
Oh no. I hate things that comes on my back. You know.
Okay. Okay. Say no more. I get you.
It was a cut.
Go ahead.
Yeah, nah. I don't even like that.
So, how do you like have you don't have any companion and all because you're busy? Then that time we told you 12. Do you not feel lonely?
Yeah, you actually asked a good question. I feel lonely sometimes, you know, whereby I sit in my room when I'm done editing, I'm done everything, schoolwork, whatever, I just sit up. Then it's quiet. And that thing happens usually when there's load shedding. No, it gets so quiet. I'm like, yes, I'm
So
lonely.
really, there's no one that's gonna call me, or
No
I
one
can
is
call
besides
them.
call.
Or
That's
see
why
them.
That's why I don't like cars. I like to walk because I greet people. That's where I engage and have, you know, interaction with people. You know, I know that in my room, damn. But with girlfriend stuff, when I get into a relationship, it doesn't work out because I'm not that consistent.
Are you working?
No, I'm
on
not
that?
working. I'm not working. You know me, Mons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's continue with the
You know me, Mons.
Yeah.
No, I'm not working. I'm not doing anything. Just that I'm not that I get bored
On the relationship.
on a relationship because now I don't like a person who has my own views. Like it's like I'm dating myself. This person agrees to what I'm saying.
So you want the entire
I don't want the person
of yourself.
Yeah.
Someone that's gonna challenge you, you know.
I don't want challenge. You challenge me for what? Because
No, I feel like you should be challenged because you're gonna get comfortable. Comfortability in a relationship is detrimental.
it's just that I feel like when women says I want to be challenged just because they have more masculinity than men now.
Not necessarily.
Or feminism.
Not necessarily.
I feel like you guys are becoming more men than us.
No, like, you know, I feel like girls are finally
Awake.
understanding their power. Like at some point you would not challenge a guy's view. A guy would be like, no, like I as a voteli ANC. And then if you're challenging a guy and be like, okay, what are we gonna get from that? What is it gonna do for our children? What are you saying about children's future? No, la baba wa la beka ANC uzo washona ANC ay veteran ay exile. So we're gonna vote for this. And if a woman now comes and shows you the business cycle, the state of the economy right now, to tell that we're in a recession. And we are in a recession basically because of the ANC that you want us to vote for.
Yeah. No, that's why I rather date an opposite person for me. Person who goes to church, person who likes God. You know, at least we're having something to talk about.
And I challenge you every day because I feel like with church, I go to church, and if a guy doesn't go to church, it becomes a challenge. I don't think I'd date a person that doesn't go to church.
Why?
Simply because we don't agree to the same values, and also the message of salvation to people that don't believe sounds as foolishness. Like you feel like man,
Satanism, going to hell.
not necessarily, but to you, the things that I do, how I pray, you feel like you sick. Then you bambika and they say,
Yeah.
by the stripes of Jesus I'm healed. How we are standing, and then you laughing, and then if it doesn't make any sense
And
for us
for me,
to be together.
I'm an African, so I respect elders. So how is it possible that when you find people in churches standing on their feet while praying to an elder?
Thing is,
I pray to my own ancestors, light up my candles, put up some bottle and some cup of water, you know, some five-ranyana, some imali kanya. Then I need out, you know.
don't do that.
Then when you go to church, you find these boys and these women standing in front of in their high heels, shouting at him, "What? We jobs and land now. We
don't do that.
shedding."
You don't do that. I feel like people look at social media and then have their own perspective on church, of which it's not wrong. It's their own perspective. It's how they perceive the church. But also there's a different thing towards how everything unfolds. Like they are able to connect to their God in their own way. That's why in Revelations God says he's gonna come to 7 churches, and the way he's gonna come to those 7 churches is how they praise him. Uthi mangiza apostle in an example of a modern example with mangiza apostle ngizwa ngescoop ngoba bangizwa ngescoop. They're able to connect to me like this. Mangiye wesile, I'm gonna come like the way they worship God. Yeah. If I'm coming to the Christian church and I'm gonna come singing worship songs, I'm gonna come like this. Now, so he considers the old churches, but he has different things to all the churches. So they were talking about basically an individual, because an individual is a church.
So
if you're looking at it figuratively.
Do you see Gutiniana perpetuating the fact that of my statement of saying that we are meant to be taught, or we are taught that God is an external thing?
That's why I asked you who taught you that, because he says that greater is he that is within you than the one that is in the world.
Let's look at the history of church. Ne? When you look at church was kerk. I don't know if it's Arabic or Jewish, but it was kerk. Now there was a cycle that was made. Then people come together around it. That's why the Muslims are still doing it. If you go around and look at the Muslims, how they go to their Ramadan, and how they fast on the 21 days. I'm not sure if 21 days, but on January.
Yeah.
They do that round thing, to that black thing that is made up, which is long. Yeah. It was a cycle back then. And now it moved on to Greek, or Rome. In Rome now, it was the holy place where congregations meet in one purpose, to worship God. Mm-hmm. Now if you come to Africa, in Africa it was the community gathering around in the purpose of embracing, having gratitude on each other, sharing love, sharing feast, so now we were told that God is an external thing. Now if you come to Africa, you actually have to go to the scripture that says, I don't dwell in houses that have been built by men, but I dwell in houses that I've built for myself. You will find out, you meeting with the church now.
Yeah.
I am the church. But so if you go around to the next scripture, it says, you are the temple. Your body is the temple of Christ. I don't know about if it's the body of Christ, but your temple is a body of God. He dwells inside you. So now, if I remove this building, now where is God now? God was moved. Also,
the Bible says, we 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'm there in their midst.
Yeah.
So we're just coming to the thing that you're saying, it's where people would meet with the purpose of just worshiping God. There's power in unity. That's why when the community, somewhere in the Bible, where they decided to meet and then build a tower going to heaven.
Yeah.
God had to do what now? He said, no, because you are united, I'm going to change the languages in which you speak so that ningazozwana. Then maningazwani, you guys are fighting amongst one another.
Because now you're
creating. It was not what they were creating was wrong. They were trying to create a tower.
Is it wrong if I want to go and see God?
They wanted to that's what they wanted to do. Which no, Masibe
it's not wrong. Yeah. He is my creator.
Yeah. The thing is, we had such a relationship with God before the fall of man.
Speaking about Adam and Eve.
But now after the fall of man, then you go to God through Jesus. That is the way.
What about Shembe?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about things that I don't know
so
about.
Because people say we're given the power of choices. We're not given the power. There's no power of choice in life.
Why?
Because you were born in a Christian family, right?
No.
You weren't born in a Christian family?
My mom, my dad's aunt is Mamngano wakhe uyisangoma.
Mthandazo maybe?
No. My mom's mother was a sangoma. It's just that before she died, she burnt all of those things. No, this is not working.
She took a Christian thing.
She didn't, but she just burnt it. She's just no, this is not working.
Yeah,
it was not because abantu besonto or waqala wayesontweni, no. She saw that it wasn't working. But I was 3 in different places, and she was like, I've seen this thing inside and out. I know this thing, and yeah, I'm not gonna.
The power of choice is because if I'm a Christian, what if I was born in China? Mm-hmm. I was going to be made to worship Buddha automatically. So we're not given the power of choices. The choice is already made for us before we even come. That's why the Bible says, "I knew you
before
you're in your mother's womb.
And God says that I choose whoever I want to choose. That like
why is he leaving others?
That's the thing that he says that if there's a clay, I'm the potter.
Yeah.
So if I make you a plate, you cannot tell me that you want to be a cup. And it says that you being in the kingdom of God is not because you chose it for yourself, because He chose you
to be in the kingdom,
to be in the Christian church.
Now God must come and sit with me and explain.
Don't worry, you're like Saul. He's gonna come and he's gonna talk.
I wanna be like Jacob. I wanna wrestle with him.
There are people who are persecuting because they don't understand, and it's not. It
has not been revealed to me.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm just saying it's gonna be revealed to you as well.
I want Jesus. I want the face of Jesus, so that I can come back and tell you guys that Jesus is not actually white. He's black.
Don't worry. Every eye
so
will
you've seen
see him. Every eye will see. I've not seen him. I'm saying you. Every eye is gonna see. Every knee is gonna bow.
Hey,
so
you're holy. Do you see the Christian?
Don't worry. You'll see, and I would make it a point that I look for you. Lee.
Well, Sunday comes
him. That's him.
So you're up here in the sky.
I don't know, whichever way He's gonna choose to reveal Himself to us, but He's gonna reveal Himself in a way that everybody's gonna see Him. So I'm wondering now. I'm going to see. Hey, this is a mystery because now we've got different time zones. I get so now. Like say meaning Alex ebusuku bazombona kanjani. Uzobamba kube semini konke.
He says this is the earth most.
Yeah. Uzovela ivule kancane. Everyone would see him.
Well, Tata Kamtalo official, I would like to welcome you in Live Season TV. Missed you too plus size. So
would you jump that part? No. Thank you very much.
Well, I mentioned it because someone told me, Guti. She asked me, where am I going? So I'm going to Harango to interview Miss Tande Kamta. One more there.
Who said that?
There's a girl called Amokelang Seboko. She wants to actually make you her mentor. She wants to join these things of Miss TUT, but not plus size, normal one.
She's slim.
Yeah. She's slim girl. So you actually know the differences.
She's petite, yes.
So what's the difference between plus and normal? And is there anything extra normal or
no? We are all normal. I like to always tell people that beauty is not the size and beauty is not the looks.
It's what?
Beauty is the brains. You cannot be beautiful without brains. I've always tell people that. People are like, she's beauty without brains. But also if she's beauty without brains, it means we're dealing with Sai and bougie there. And it's someone that even at his beauty, she cannot make sane or rational choices. It's not somebody that we look up to. It's not somebody that you would tell your child to say, no, that's a role model. But you look at Zozi. If you can have Zozi being at a young child, the Miss South Africa name.
Yeah.
Can you show us the picture of Miss South Africa young? Picture her young.
Yeah.
But her ambitions.
For me, it's beauty of a brain. I can walk up next to a score, but my brain is too intellectual for the both of us.
So you feel like it could, but also even in pageants, you cannot win if you don't have the brains for it. Like you're gonna be stuck in a sense of where you're gonna be.
How do they do it? From scratch. How do you guys join in?
You go and audition.
Where?
The DE Directorate of Extracurricular Development.
For each and every campuses.
Yeah, each and every campus has the Miss TUT. So you go and audition. It's a nice kind of thing. You audition, and then they take the 10. After that, you then are given your finalist sessions, and then the journey begins. It's a really nice and pleasant journey.
Top 10 or top 3?
Top 10. They take 10 from the auditions. Then the auditions are going to be the ones that are coming to the grand finale. So you are a
finalist in it.
Yeah, you're a finalist, and then all the finalists are gonna compete amongst each other for the title of Queen, First Princess, and Second Princess. But the grand title is Queen. So that's what I got.
So is it for plus or normal, or it's for both?
All. Even the male semester, they compete.
So now I can join.
Yeah, you can join and compete. But now you'd have to go to gym, which you hate.
So do you guys go to the mountain hiking just for?
There's a lot of things that we do. We have a picnic. It's more of a sisterhood. more of like it's difficult for even on the day to compete. It gets so emotional the day before because we camp, and then now you like who can, like, feel like if anybody wins, the relationship is gonna be over, because you be like sisters. Like, it's not a matter of competing when you guys are practicing, because now if you see that this one is lacking on this one, you train them. I'll just tell you about my group. That was just how it is. Even with the meals, you know, we had a choreographer, Gerald Gopes. I think I love him so much because he's one person that I think I didn't know anything about modeling when I came here, but he taught you to now be the brand. And he tell you as it is in front of everybody. That's just how we knew with him. He puts you on the spot. You'll feel like, your ego is gonna be bruised if you're a guy. As a lady, you're gonna cry, but also you're gonna be the best version of yourself. So it's more of that kind of journey. Do you seeking for more other than this? I have more. Miss Angelic Blue Gauteng now, the queen as well. I'm going for another pageant as well. Where? It's in Bram. Yeah. So it's Miss Exceptional South Africa. Why modeling? Because I want to show people that beauty goes beyond just societal norms, and modeling is not for petite people only. I feel like people, they overlook modeling, but if you open a catalog or if you enter just Ackermans or you enter Woolworths, we get to the aisle underwear, you see a plus size woman, but you don't think good mara. That's a model. That thing, so you see, it takes me to go wear underwear to advertise this for you to see. Okay, that's my body structure, so it means good. So don't you feel insecure when you're? No, definitely not. You proud? Yeah. Yo, do you know? I see myself disgusting even if I'm naked. Even if I'm alone. I feel like I grew up in a society where we were judged based on how I look. I was obviously just different. You know, the people that are just. I was hyperactive when I was young. And also, I just had an English body that nobody had. Like, I was never slim because I've got like big bones. So I was just like that kind of girl that in Usezola, you understand? Because my family has a link of colored, not just Africans colored, but a white person being with a black person colored. So I think that we took that kind of body. So it was kind of different for people to just adjust to being with you because you're not like them. So it took, I feel like I felt insecure about my body for the longest time, and then now I just feel like I think I was hiding something that was so beautiful at the time, and I think I need to raise awareness to other people to tell them that beauty is not the size. So for Miss TUT, how much do you make? Or you haven't made in so far? Made in terms of money. In terms of money. Well, Miss TUT is if I can put it, it's a foundation of modeling. It's where it's like going to a school where you don't even pay, because for modeling school you pay. TUT offers you training for free for the whole process. All for the whole training, the picnics you go for free, the t-shirts you get for free, the whole outfit, the makeup artist there is for free. And also when you win, there's some courtesies that you get, like you get to gym, you're an ambassador for DED, and also you get to get prizes. They give us game prizes where you get to go and pick, go game or free. So when are you starting to get paid? We don't get paid. It's more like a voluntary thing. You just get prizes for it. So how much do you think Miss South Africa earns for being Miss South Africa? I don't know. I haven't done that much research on it. So do you think they're getting paid? Yeah, they are getting paid. Miss South Africa is definitely getting paid, because you're doing Miss South Africa is beyond just. So that's your aim? Really. In the long run, I feel like given the chance, I would go for it. Definitely, I'm one person that. You leave school? I'm done with school. I'm just doing one module. Brains, isn't it? I'm done. Just left with econometrics. It's a difficult subject here. I'm just left with that one, and then I'm. No wonder you love money. You're doing economy. Well, I don't think I love money. When? Tell impossible. Have I ever asked you for money? No. Not really. No. It's not really bad.
you could have?
Not that I have, values, but in any case, I feel like I just love living a comfortable life.
Why economics?
I've always loved economics from a young age. From high school, it was subject to for everyone in school. They were failing it.
Even myself.
Yeah, in the class, I would be the only one. Pape, I loved
I failed
economics.
it when I was doing grade 10 in 2017 with -6.
Well, you could have came to me and then trade.
I changed the subject. I do business studies instead.
Nah, business studies. I don't like theory. I'm more of a mathematician. I almost got a distinction in maths at level 6, and with economics, it's the same.
Not just beauty. Like him, the date guy.
No, I'm not gonna date. I'm not looking to date. I'm not in a good state of mind. But we're not there. I think I just love economics from a young age. I feel like it makes sense to me. I always wanted to know how things really operate, and I feel like it made sense more than the theory of business studies, because business studies is more theory, but things that you cannot even put into practical. Mostly, because the ethical aspect of it is not something that you would put in the business and honestly make a profit. Because if you want to make a profit, economics says a business cannot operate with ethics. It's impossible, because if a bank was to operate with ethics, umuntu bekazoza athi sithi asimthathele indlu ngoba uzoyaphi. But if you can't pay the house, then you have to get out of the house, because now it's a loss for the bank. So even if uzohamba uyolala kuphi, but if you were ethical enough, you're gonna say no.
So actually, you mean to tell me I can't buy a house with full price cash? So you actually, let's just say I buy a house with cash, everything belongs to me. So now the thing that I'll be paying is water, electricity, and everything, and being, but it still belongs to me.
Yes.
So if I die, they won't take it.
No. If you bought it cash, that is yours. And then the water bill is easy. The more you use water, the more the water bill extends. Then if electricity, you don't pay electricity, so maybe you don't have anybody who's going to take care of the house. It's your house. It's on your name. It's not going to be lost.
But still, I'm paying for this electricity, but there's load shedding.
Well, load shedding, I think it's something that is very deliberate. It's a deliberate measure. If you see all how the SOEs, state-owned enterprises, have just went down, and then Eskom was the one that was standing. They also had to make sure that they kill it, so that they can be able to privatize it. Like the government, if it's a state-owned enterprise, it does not operate on a profit. You just make enough money to keep the business running. But now, for the economy, what does that mean? Because the economy, we need to make profit so that the circular flow can be moving and we're making money. So what impact does load shedding
has economically?
A lot of impact. Load shedding is a major factor that has led to the economy going down, because of businesses cannot operate properly. People cannot go to work properly. Like load shedding is even increasing crimes in communities. It is decreasing investors that want to invest in businesses in South Africa. So it's just something that is not good. However, it is a measure that they are doing in order to private. I feel like it's more like privatization, because in some instances where you feel like it's useless kind of events where there's just rugby,
so
there's no load shedding.
Don't you think if maybe, I know that you didn't want to talk about politics, but it's fine. This is my question. Okay. What do you think if Cyril Ramaphosa and Pravin Gordhan can go to Stellenbosch, buy electricity, buy South African Airways? Let me just speak about Eskom, buy Eskom. Then they can find Julius Malema in court. Don't you think that maybe there can be more amelioration or more increase in the GDP of South Africa in regards to Eskom?
Well, I'm not going to answer it politically. I'm just going to answer you economically. Right. So as I've said, the SOEs, they run on, they don't have a profit. So now if something is now privatized, it's going to be working to create a profit. And with
For
SAA,
individuals.
for the business is going to make a profit. The economy does not work on one individual. The money, with the economy, if you buy something,
Yeah.
the economy is increasing just by you just taking money out, because saving money is a leakage. That money that you get, you need to use it for it to circulate, because if you're taking 5 rand, let's say uyasebenza uzohola 5 rand, uthatha kule 5 rand le uthatha 4 rand uyothenga ngayo, leyo la uthenga ngayo futhi nabo bayasebenza, it's a production, nabo they making money, kuzohola futhi abanye abantu. That's how the circular flow works. So even if they do make a profit, that profit they have to spend that money somewhere, and if they're spending that money somewhere, the GDP obviously increases. Yes, that's just how the economy works.
So
but now yabona kule 5 rand, le 1 rand le uyibekile othe unothingibeke phansi kumantras, it's now a leakage. It's considered a leakage because that money is not circulate. Circulated le 4 rand. Le 1 rand ihleli ayenzi next, is not accumulating. At least if you had invested that 1 rand, more investor, the banks are gonna borrow it to somebody else, you get interest, osala le 1 rand imuvile somewhere.
So we had an issue of rand manipulation.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
Okay, so what are we talking about when we're talking about rand manipulation? We're talking about a deliberate devaluing or valuing of the rand in terms of the foreign exchange markets, right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, if maybe South Africans, they say, the banks, they say, no, let's devalue the rand. Theoretically, that is supposed to increase the GDP. Theoretically, because if the increase the rand, people from other countries would want to invest more, because now the rand is now cheaper and it's easier to accumulate. So if more investors come to the country to invest, it means that the GDP is increasing. That's what the theory tells us, but that is not the reality, because if you're devaluing the rand, it's going to be expensive for us to now acquire things, because now the dollar is going to be much more expensive. So if rand say 1 rand is equals to 20 rand in US dollars, then it's going to be difficult for you to acquire, to import goods from other countries. And you know that South Africa doesn't have certain goods. So if the rand is devalued amongst other currencies, it means that
we have goods. I don't think we do have goods.
Yeah, most of the things we import from other countries. So now if the rand is devalued, it means other currencies are more expensive when you compare them to the rand. It means maybe you have to buy some oil from other countries. You will have to spend 1 rand is equals to 2 rand or 3 rand. It's gonna be 1 rand is equals to 7 rand. Of which now it's piercing the economy.
There was a budget speech that was delivered recently.
Yeah.
The decreasing of vodka, whiskey, gin, and everything, social grant and whatever, so that they can increase the GDP of South Africa. I think it increased by 5 rand 53 cents. So their aim is to actually I got South Africa. So it's actually increase. Their mandate is to reach 400 billion or 15 billion rand dollars, so that they can be able to make a GDP increase in South Africa. What's your take at that? How can you increase gin
for
South Africa's economy?
I think South Africa, the economy of South Africa, amongst all the other countries, I think it's ranked the top 3 amongst all other countries for drinking alcohol. The South Africa is ranked number 3 kuma drunkards. So the drinking, the South African breweries is one of the things that give a lot of revenue to the economy. It makes a lot of revenue to the economy of South Africa, because there are people who drink every day, there are people who drink every weekend. There's been statistics that have been shown to show that people spend more than half of their income on alcohol. So if they really want to increase the GDP by lowering it, understand ukuthi makune sale emabhenini liquor ukuthi line iphumela ngaphandle, and liquor makes money. So the more they make money, people are not going to be saving. There's no leakage, but now more money is circulating by them decreasing the alcohol. So theoretically, it would be a good thing to make money. But what are we saying about the well-being of South Africans? Like, instead of them making measures to make sure that we are not even ranked amongst the highest country of drunkards, but increasing things of employment was I think it's 4.9. No, 77. I feel like more than half of the labor force, because if explaining someone who's unemployed, you're saying somebody who is looking for a job, and then who is actively capable of finding a job is not finding a job.
Because now it doesn't make sense for me. In a democratic era, we have more high employment rates than we have in apartheid. Apartheid, we had jobs. Even our current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, was employed under the apartheid regime. So how is it possible that under the so-called rescued political party, which is the ANC, we have less unemployment, like high rate 77%? Hence, there are people who are pushing socialism. Do you believe in socialism or capitalism? Because now, when it comes to socialism, if you look at the socialist state countries, it never succeeds. Look at countries like Cuba. Cuba is rented as the less GDP. It's around 70 billion rand. We look at countries like Venezuela. Look at countries like, what is this country? I've forgotten the name, but that actually China. Those are the socialist states, but they'll make less GDP. So now there are people who are pushing socialism. We want to have socialist state where everything belongs to the government, everything belongs to the state.
Like people don't necessarily understand what it basically means. South Africa is operating under market economy. We've got three economies. We've got the planned economy, we've got the market economy, and we've got the mixed. South Africa is the mixed. I'm sorry to say it's a market. So it being a mixed economy, it means that private businesses are allowed to operate and make money as well as the government. In China now, they're operating under a centrally planned economy. It means that there's no market economy. It means that there's no competition. And practical example, like South Africa, white star. In China, there's just one. The government tells you drink so the companies are not competing against one another. In a market economy like China, like Nigeria, where the government does not intervene in anything that is of the state, Nigeria is currently performing. Because why? In Nigeria, even if you can be sick, you can't go to the hospital. That's why South Africa is a mixed, because now there are state things where you can go to private public clinic. There are also private clinics. It's a mixture of two. So now if you're saying that the government needs to now release all the private companies and then let us have just one government that is doing the whole thing, what does it mean? It means that people are not going to have freedom of choice to pick. Like now I can pick a flight. No, I prefer flying with this one. You can pick a basket. This one is more comfortable, because now these markets are competing against one another, but now there's going to be just one.
So actually,
so if flight
under a socialist state, this country of South Africa will actually decrease the economy.
I feel like it definitely will, because if you check all the SOEs, they're all losing because of the corruption. They're all crashing because of the corruption. Unfortunately, South Africa is one of the countries that has a lot of political parties. In other countries they have maybe 3-4.
Well, 150 parties.
Here we have 150 parties. So basically, even if
there's actually 3 political parties in South Africa. There's white people, there's ANC, and opposition parties.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not agreeing on that, because I don't.
But it's true.
No. In any case,
the private sector is what? White people, we know. ANC obviously is just a face, with just democracy, and then the rest, it's just opposition parties. They're all opposing one another. They're all opposing one big elephant.
Well, honestly, even if they do, these people, they manipulate one another in the courtrooms, the things that we are allowed to see and the things that we're not allowed to see. To make a practical example, with the COVID-19 issue, the Ramaphosa is the one that is saying, always calling the meetings, but we had never had any other party opposing what Ramaphosa would initiate at the time. He initiated the lockdown. But the EFF can now say, no, we're closing the street. It means they have enough people and enough power to oppose Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa was given a chance to close borders in time so that we don't have COVID here. The borders were not closed. They were closed when they found at least 4 or 5 people that were enough to infect the entire country. Then now they decided to close the borders. For what? Because in Lesotho, it doesn't matter whether you can say, no, that people maybe who went to America. But now, are the 3 people that are there worth saving than people that are in a country, the majority of our country? So would you rather bring 3 people who are at risk of having COVID back and then close? Because now it's like you're bringing the COVID disease in the country in a place of saying, no, be careful those 3 people. What about the entire country of billions of people?
So now, in our closing, me and you can speak a lot. South Africa is a private sector in America. We are a business, actually. What's your take on that? It's on Google.
So if you're telling me it's on Google, it means you don't want me to disagree.
No, not that I don't want you to disagree. I want to say I don't answer there. It's a private sector. That's why you find our coal being shifted. Then we rather have load shedding than them. But when they're transporting their thing, electricity, I don't know what it's called, but they're transporting their thing for electricity to match the coal that we have. Then Bona, they would have electricity. We have load shedding. They don't have load shedding. We have our coal. So what's your take on that in South Africa being privatized?
Honestly, one would look at this in effect of saying, you don't think that apartheid ever ended. You feel like people were, honestly, it was a ploy for white people. It was planned. That's why is the white person that went to say, no, I'm getting this person out of prison. They sat down and they saw, no, these people, they're getting more and more rebellious and we cannot handle them. So it's better for us to have a deal that is gonna be able to be mind-blowing to them, because they sat down and they studied the psychology of black people, of how they think and how they operate. They already had shares even after the alleged apartheid end. Since then, they've never lost anything that they've had. Hence, you see other parties they're fighting for expropriation of land. What? If you see that land at a waterfall is owned by a person who is not even in South Africa, who was just given this land. A white person in America was just given this land to say, no, do what you want. So even if you buy that house, you can never own that land. It's owned by somebody else.
In America.
Like
Mr. Price.
So you honestly just feel like, it's just one of those issues.
Do you think maybe if we can support black businesses, at least they can be part of the market? Black owned, not picture owned, black owned, not MK where we front with Jacob Zuma. I'm meaning black owned, like More Fire, for example.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking at black people, black people have a price. That's just one thing. Every black person has a price. That's why it's easier to get a black person to where you want that person to be. Thing is, there's no one who brings a black person down than another black person. So they struggle in factors in which we cannot overlook, like consistency, like just being blameless. It's one thing to say, no, I didn't do this thing, but it's one thing to be blamed for one thing, because where there's smoke, there's fire. So with black people, you end up not knowing where do I stand with the whole thing. Like we do support black businesses, but are they consistent enough? I feel like they always allow, it's another thing to ulwe na white people, but other people from other countries, it's easier for them to gain access because they see the things that the same thing that the white people saw. I'm a Pakistan abonayona. These people cannot think. They're lazy. Every corner they're making money. Those people, they even have their own manufacturers now.
Do you know that the Jewish community actually has the highest GDP in South Africa?
Yeah. Definitely, those people are business minded. You can never angavula shop ufike wena maybe akakaperform kahle ufike wena uthi angithengisela le shop ngizokunika 5 million. You're gonna agree. You're like, the shop is not even worth 5 million, but because you gave him 5 million, but the person just saw what that was worth. Because in the long run, it's gonna be making more than 5 million. But you're seeing it now. You cannot visualize your business beyond just the struggle of now. You cannot understand that your business operates on a loss for plus minus 6 months to 5 years. You can operate on a loss before you can just pick up and then be making a profit. People don't understand.
Do you believe in starting a business with the capital, or you just have to start with the business? What do you have?
Business is broad. It depends on the kind of business that you want to open. You can just wake up and decide to open a business.
Speak about what's the difference between business and entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur, I feel like it's someone that starts something from scratch, starts your own business. An entrepreneur is the person that starts the business from scratch with nothing but just the skills. Because even to get that capital, you cannot just wake up and go to the bank and say, I'm telling 5 million. It needs some skills that an entrepreneur has. An entrepreneur, if you have characteristics of an entrepreneur, is the person that takes risks, the person that is resilient in everything that they're doing. That's an entrepreneur. A business is just something that is open. A business is something that can be given by your father.
So I'm actually an entrepreneur, ne?
Yeah, it could be. If you're consistent enough, if you are resilient, you're willing to defy the odds and you understand that I'm a brand and I'm growing something, and no matter what comes to your way.
Just like you're a brand.
I'm a brand, definitely. I'm a brand.
Brand how? I just want that operation, but then we can end. Brand how?
A brand, it's something that people look up to. It's not only about yourself, but it's about the brand. You're not working for yourself, but the brand. And the brand that you're working on is beauty beyond societal norms, modeling beyond societal norms. People think of modeling as petite girls, as tall girls, as somebody that has a perfect body. But now, the majority of people let's just say in campus, we have more plus size people that are insecure about their bodies because of what the media portrays to people. Now, as a brand, you stand resilient to say, no, I'm a brand and I'm gonna stand up for this. And all other things don't matter. A brand, you don't argue with people senseless things of why you're doing this, why you're doing this. You understand your purpose and your motive.
Very hard to date you, man. Your brains will make me useless.
All right, no, I'll take that as a compliment.
You make me at the end of the conversation after I say, I'm like, okay, no problem.
Because I'm asking for money that you don't want to give people. I'm like, but I need to do my hair, and I come with the fear of saying, your girlfriend is a trophy.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's behind you, if they sing her, they should see you. The girlfriend law is well taken care of, and you know that behind the scenes is somebody that is resembling you, that is showing you. So if you want to be shown by a person that doesn't even care to do their hair, a hair of a girl is a crown. So if the hair is not done, then what are you saying? Am I your queen? Am I your queen with the hair not done?
You have words, you manipulate our minds.
No, I'm just.
It's not a just. It's not a just. It's speaking from experience.
I'm not. It's the truth. The lady says the crown.
I will tell you about yourself. Your hair is your natural being, not this thing of a person who died long time ago.
It's not. This is plastic. Like
how you're putting plastic? You're making skin cancer to yourself.
No, it's not skin cancer. It's just making me look all cute.
I love natural beauty.
Honestly, there are times that you just get natural. You see me natural when we wake up in the morning. It's fine, baby. In the morning, I'll make sure I don't even put lotion.
Yeah.
Seem this natural. Even later when I come back, you know what? I'll be natural for you.
Yeah.
Just give me money for it so that people don't see what you are saying. Because the things that you're saying, that should be yours, private things.
This one, economics. So in closing, I just want to know, what would you say to a person at your age and younger than you?
My age and younger than me is to take every opportunity that is given to you. Do not let any opportunity go. Things are there. Some you don't even look for them. Like here, I was telling people go orientation, good thing. There are things that you can do that can put you on the map. You can join rugby, you can join what, and then you can be the best version of yourself. Never limit yourself.
That was so profound.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, people should aspire to inspire without expiring.
I mean, I love you, and well, what it is isn't always be. Life sees it. We out. Hey, your brains, man. Yes.
What brain are you talking about? Are you done recording?
Yeah,
Finally. How long was that interview?
I wish I knew. Let me see.
Let me season me. I cannot think of a screw in these. I make my flame and my reasonings. I'm a bread of my reasonings. Let me season me. I cannot think of a screw in these. I make my flame and my reasonings. I'm a bread of my reasonings. I don't smoke.